Sunday. Matter of fact, as far as I've heard, he hasn't been to church since he's been in the White House. And even that Jeremiah Wright, he supposedly was a member there, but he said, hey, I never really taught all those things, he said. So either he's lying about that, or else, he hardly ever went there either. I suspect he knew what he taught, but probably didn't go either. Probably figured out what he was teaching.
How come atheists aren't on your warning sign?
Not Christians.
Oh, well, they're at the bottom.
What is a music idolater?
Why are feminists on there?
What is a music idolater?
Well, feminists, one of the clarion calls of feminism was equal pay for equal work, which is socialism.
So you're saying, so if you dig a ditch and a woman digs a ditch, you should be paid more than the woman?
Not necessarily. If I dig a ditch and the woman digs the ditch, and she can convince the boss, the employer, to pay her more than me for digging the same ditch, she ought to be able to. If on the other hand, I can convince the employer to pay me more than her, I ought to be able to. It's called freedom. It's called free markets. It's called a contract between the employer and the employee. That's a free market.
I think the employer is just going to try to pay you as less as they can.
If he pays the woman more than he's paying me, well, I can go work for someone else. Recognizes my value.
You're using
If I
one
can't
commandment
find
to
anyone
justify
that
like 4
recognizes it,
arguments.
I can start my own ditch digging business.
Good if you have the capital to start it up.
Well, we've all got some capital. We've got brains and we've got brawn. Doesn't take a lot of capital to start digging ditches. You're gonna go out and buy a shovel. Then you work up, maybe after a while, you got enough money, you buy
Sit down.
some sort of bulldozer or whatever, and you expand your business. Start off with that smaller stuff, maybe a flower or a shovel. Someone will stake it or a shovel.
Will you buy things from godless China?
Oh yes. I consider 2 things: price and quality. If I can get equal quality at a cheap price, I'll buy cheap.
Dirty communism.
Well, I think actually, as we've opened up trade, it really began under the Nixon administration. He more or less opened up China. Trade that China, interesting enough, has moved more and more towards capitalism.
But it's
It's
still
not as fun as
communism,
last
right?
year.
Well, they still profess to be. Just like we profess still to be capitalists. But we're moving more and more towards socialism. But socialism still, even in America, has sort of bad connotations
And so communism
to the average American. So they don't call it socialism, they call it environmentalism. Everybody's concerned about the environment. So they're not really, they just use the environment to pass various regulations regulating the environment, production, and that's how they get control of it.
But what's wrong with that?